I'm as disappointed as I've ever been coming out of this place. First 3 to 5 minutes of the second half really angered me. Changed the game. Changed the game. We let Walker have a one pass wide open 3 to start the second half. You know, our team is based on our defense. Our defense in the first half was phenomenal. We gave up 4 runouts because we felt sorry for ourselves because we can't make a shot. We're not smart enough to understand it's a 40-minute game and you can go out and shoot poorly for a while and get it going. Those 4 layups were the difference in the half. You know, we had a game plan to stop Walker. I didn't care what anybody else did. Walker was not going to beat us. We have a guy that made 3 consecutive errors to start the second half defensively that allowed bang, bang, bang. But when you have a game plan to stop a guy and they throw a 1-pass-3 to him and he's wide open, that's probably not real good coaching. So I guess I'll take the blame for it. But it was awful, and it changed the game. Our inside play is really good, and we started the game with a missed jab at 2 feet, got the rebound and missed a 4-footer, and we felt bad for ourselves. And we played offense that way. I have a great 3-point shooter, go 1 for 10. You're going to have nights like that, no big deal. But you don't do what we did defensively to start the second half. We were fortunate to be in the game the way we shot the ball in the first half. And we came out and did that. And we got going offensively in the second half too because of the pace of the game. But we weren't going to win a game like that. You're only going to win it at the pace of the first half in this building. And I thought we did all that right until the start of the second half. Questions? That was that good of a opening statement.
Justin Sharp for WXOU Radio. We saw in spurts of Nick LaRua having great spurts coming off the bench, giving you guys life, rebounding the ball. Is there a way that you're planning on incorporating him into the further games to give you more chances of getting more rebounds? Because I see sometimes with the games that's kind of like the factor of, you know, getting some spurts offensively going. So what do you think of incorporating him into the games going forward?
The reason we've got a chance to be really good is because we're a great rebounding team. How many teams come into the Breslin Center and get 16 offensive rebounds? Yeah. Look up those stats. I'll bet you there aren't many over the years that have done that. Yeah. He was the jewel of our recruiting class. The problem was because of some transfer issues, he didn't practice. His first practice was the day after the Ohio State game. That zone's pretty complicated, right? And for him to learn that zone, we got him learning one position, okay? And that's Chris Conway's position. Well, Chris is pretty damn important to us. Right. So his minutes are limited. Now that we're a month into the season and we had this past week, we got him more on the wing and the nail. After Wednesday's game, we got a break again, and now we're getting more reps in practice, and pretty soon I'll be able to substitute him for multiple people. He's a guy I want to play 20 to 25 minutes. Unfortunately, because of that practice situation, I can't do that. He doesn't know 80% of our sets. He knows one position. And that's just unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Greg, besides the win at Xavier, you were competitive with Ohio State, Illinois for a half today. How is your program, your team better for playing those games?
Well, we led Ohio State for 34 minutes with 1-point game with a minute to go, and we had the ball in our hands. Illinois, we were tied. We held them to 63 points. I mean, who's going to hold Illinois at home to 63 points? Our defense is really good. It's a tie game with six and a half minutes to go, and we played offense for 4 minutes like we did tonight. Didn't score for 4 minutes, and it got away from us. That's going to happen in Big Ten arenas. We play those games for a lot of reasons. One is the money. 2 is because, you know, Izzo and I believe the same thing. You make your team better. It's not about a coaching record or a record or anything. It's about being good in March. And that's, at our level, the only way you get to the NCAA tournament is to win 3 games in March. And so I would love to be 11-1 and not play anybody, you know, and this team could be that. But that's not going to make us better in March. So we're going to play the best teams we can play. We're going to try and make as much money as we can make. We're going to play on national TV as much as we can. That's just the philosophy of the program. And I do think, man, I'm really angry right now. I'm angry at them, and they know it. And there haven't been many locker rooms this year that I've been angry at them. And it wasn't about the outcome. It wasn't about anything. It was about the way we played the first 5 minutes of the second half. Had nothing to do with missing shots. I'm not mad at Golke because he's 1 for 10. I'm mad that he didn't check out that kid on 2 rebounds. The things that'll make us win, I'm mad about, not about the offense.
Greg, over here. Can you speak to who Blake Lampman's become since he was a scrawny walk-on 4 or 5 years ago when he showed up, and what he means to you guys?
I didn't even know his name. The first practice, I'm like, sorry, what was your name again? You know, I took him because you guys know Travis Bader, right? Because Travis Bader called me on the phone and said, I got the next me. And I go, yeah, right. And he goes, I'm serious. I go, bring him here and I'll let him walk on. And I told him we were going to Spain or Greece that summer. It was 5 years ago and it was our trip. And I told him, you're not going to Greece, but you can go through summer practice, blah, 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 blah. Well, a week after the practice started, I called him in my office and said, would you like to go to Greece? You know, that's how. It's funny, we were watching some tape of him the other day when he was a freshman. We looked at a game and couldn't believe the difference in him physically. He's one of the hardest working guys I've ever been around. He's very intelligent. He could coach the team. When he was injured and out during those 4 weeks that he was out, he was coaching the team in practice. He's standing right next to me. I gave him the defense. That's how intelligent and how good he is. I love him. I love him as a person. I love him as a player. I love everything about him. I wish I had 50 Blake Lamans. But he's worked his ass off. That's why he is doing what he's doing.
Coach, you talked about you guys made an effort to stop Tyson. You had him to 2 points, I think, at the end of the first half. After you hit that 3, what made it so difficult for you guys not to put the clamps back down?
Well, a guy made a mistake, and 1 mistake became 2, and 2 mistakes became 3, and then he got in the flow. And like that shot he hit for the 4-point play, he ain't making that in the first half. No, but he had made a couple shots, and if you're out there and you're an athlete, I mean, it's no different than a quarterback in football, man. You know, when the Bears were rushing Goff, those throws were off, right? When he had time to sit back and make one, boy, the confidence in him. He'll, you know, the pass to Hawkinson for the touchdown, that was a bullet, right? But it's all up here, and Walker got that going. And you can't let a player like that do that. There had to be 2 on him. There had to be 4 eyes on him every time he touched the ball. That was our terminology. 4 eyes on him every time. He's got to see 4 eyes, so he'll give it up. And the first catch of the second half, no eyes. The second catch of the second half, no eyes. Then all of a sudden, it was a 14-point game, and now it's not. Oh, we're going to win anyways. It's Oakland, whatever, right? But if it's a 6 or 5-point game, and we double him and he gives it up, I don't think the other guys are making shots. I just don't. He is a great, not a good player, a great player, and we had to have that. And as soon as that broke down, we were done. And I'm angry about that because that's going to be the difference for us winning and losing is our defense. We can't make those mistakes. I told him before the game, you don't need your A game to win this. You need your A brain, but you don't need your A game. And we had about a D- brain for 5 minutes there.
Greg,
Final question.
Greg, when Michigan State, I think they got 14 points and 16 boards combined between Sissoko and Cooper. How much different is that team when they're getting that kind of production in the paint?
If they're doing that against a Big Ten man-to-man team, you guys won't lose many games, right? They're going to get that today because our game plan was to go to them. Now, what we were going to do, if we continued what we did in the first half, the adjustment we made in the second half was as soon as they caught it in there, we were running a guy and doubling, and we felt they would turn it over. Okay? That was our game plan. Whether that would have happened, we never got to see. And then when you're down 15 or 16, you have to make some changes and you have to be a little more aggressive. And we let 2 guys down there on 1 because we were trying to run through passing lanes and get some juice, get a steal. And we got a couple of them, but we missed we didn't convert them. But so we allowed that to happen. I don't think I can compare that with what Illinois will do or somebody like that, because nobody's going to play the way we play.